basically what we want to do is just continue where we left from last year. We felt like at the end of last season we kind of sold ourselves short by not really completing our tasks and not meeting our goals at the end. So the first thing we want to do is select our goals and make our goals obtainable. Secondly, we want to be a disciplined ball club, doing those things that take for us to be successful on and off the floor when discipline is concerned. I think if we can master the discipline on and off the court, then we'll take care of all our woes from last year. Oh man, we have a good group of young ladies that I really feel like are going to make us successful. I really believe that with the practices, the determination, the commitment, and the discipline from all of our ball players is going to help us to achieve our goals this year. So we really expect to have a very exciting year, a very good year, and a year where we can be proud of what we've accomplished and also very proud who we represent. We know the conference gets better each and every year. It's been a delight playing in the conference all these years, and I can attest that each year the competition gets better. So if you want to compare last year's conference play to this year's conference play, I think this year's conference play will be well above what it was last year, and I think the addition of Spring Hill into the conference as far as being eligible to play is going to make it even more exciting.
As a leader, I have the team goals of discipline. That'll be a major part in getting far this year. Another team goal is minimizing mistakes. The more mistakes that we make, the less opportunity we have to win games, and to go far you gotta win games.
I look to improve on rebounding, definitely, and also becoming more of a consistent scorer each and every game and helping my team win each and every game.
Our major role players are sitting right next to me. Tyrell Williams, he's a graduate transfer from Iona College, and Randy McClure, he's a junior returner. They're going to play a significant role in what we do this season. Our team goals on the court, obviously, we want to compete for a conference championship, and we want to compete for our NCAA regional seeding and obviously NCAA tournament championship. Our goals off the court is just to represent the Albany community, not just with how we play, but with how we serve the community and our access to our student athletes, our students, and our community in the Albany area. In comparison to last year, I feel the competition is going to be very, very, very high. It was very high last year. I felt like 4 teams should have gone to the NCAA regionals, and I think it will be just as competitive this year. There's some major turnover within the conference as far as coaching, including myself, so I look forward to seeing all the great coaches in this conference compete.
Coming off the 17-18 season, we're looking to improve in all areas, mainly the turnovers. We want to reduce our turnovers. I thought 23 turnovers last year was a little bit too much, and offensively and defensively. We want to get better on both ends, offensively and defensively. With the talent that we have right now, I think we can accomplish that. What you can expect out of the Lady Tigers this season is a run for the championship. I think we had a talent, like I said again, with the returners coming back, and some of these freshmen that we recruited and transfers. I think we got enough to make another run to a tournament championship. Some of the major role players this season were there. Yana Bay, a young lady that can score double figures and also get double-figure rebounds. She was a freshman last year, and this year she'll be a rising sophomore. But she's pretty good offensively and defensively and creating for others. And she improved. That's one of the scary things. So, that's a good thing in our favor. Also, we have Ayanna Armstead. Ayanna is a really good player offensively. She can shoot the ball from the three-point line, stands the defense. Also, she can get to the basket. She's been working hard during the summer, creating for others. So we're going to try her at the point guard position. Also, we have some seniors that that's coming back with some good senior leadership. They want to leave their own legacy. So, and one of the things that they want to do, they made a commitment this year to make sure that we get back to our winning ways. One of those kids' name is Andreesa Smith, who can play multiple positions. She can defend, she can guard, and she can get up and down the court. I think she's going to give us a big plus, especially with her improvement. Also, we have Essence the Net. Essence the Net can play multiple positions, defend them, and she can guard the post. She can guard the guard. I love her energy, her enthusiasm. Also, we have a Jabri Jones, who last year that we played at a point guard position, and that was something that she never done before. So I was so happy that she got the opportunity and got some experience at that position. So now we're looking forward to moving her back in her natural position, which is the wing. And in Cameron Boston, this young lady barely got minutes last year, which I think was like 7 minutes a game. But she went back home and she worked out tremendously. She came back and she's probably one of the most improved players up to this date. This young lady's going to get a lot of minutes. She's going to get an opportunity to shine. So we'll see what she can do for us. Well, our goals on the court is definitely to get back to winning this championship and making the championship run. So our thing is to go out here, focus on one game at a time. But one of our goals is at the end of the results, we want to win a championship. So we're focused on that every day. We come into practice and we know we got one thing in mind: get better to make a tournament run. Also, off the court, we want to get better as far as academics. Last year, we stayed level. We need to improve, and that's one of the things that we want to do here at Benedict. We want to improve. So academically, we want to get better, and the community. We want to do more community engagement events. So we're out there right now, and the young ladies are excited, and we're ready to get that accomplished. Well, I think the conference is definitely going to get better. I've been here coaching as a head coach for 7 years, and every year the conference has been getting better with these new coaches and the recruits that they bring with them. I heard about some of these kids that they got, so I think that we're going to have a really good conference from top to bottom. I'm really excited to get started and get underway. I know we got 2 conference games coming up. The first the middle of November with the Ramon Owens and the Lane College. I'm super excited to get started with them, and then we finish the semester with a Spring Hill. So, I think our conference will be pretty good, and hopefully we can get more than one team into the region. So, I think we'll be good.
As a leader of the team, some of the goals I have for this season are to really be a champion. I feel like we are very capable of winning the championship and also communicating well on defense.
My goal is just to improve from last year. Last year we didn't do too well, so I'd like to improve defensively, offensively, and off the court I'd like to improve our GPA and community service.
How I look to improve from last season is to double my points, also rebound more, communicate more, and all around just be a better leader.
I would like to improve by doing more than what I did last year, on and off the court as well. Just become a better leader.
One word I would describe my team is hardworking. We are very competitive on and off the court. We compete all day.
One word I would use is eager. We're a really young team, so when we come to practice, we gotta be eager to learn more, eager to learn plays, eager to learn defense. We're just really young all around, so.
Okay. Well, we look to improve this upcoming season from last season by being a more aggressive team on offense and tenacious on defense, and by pushing the guys and making them work hard in practice on a daily basis, both on and off the court. Oh, you can expect an up-tempo team that's really going to push the ball on primary and secondary break. We're going to pick up full court. We're just going to be like the Arkansas teams of old, just run and gun. Some of the major players this upcoming season will be obviously a couple of our seniors, both Aaron and Devontae. We're looking for them to be leaders and lead us to victory both on the road and home. And I have a couple of other guys that should contribute, such as Ricky Peterson. He brings a lot of energy to the game, and I'm not just saying that because he's here with us. So I had to add that in. Some of our goals, both on and off the court, is to obviously win a conference championship and hopefully a national championship. Off the court is to improve the graduation rate of men's basketball at Benedict College. Oh, well, I wasn't here last year, but from my understanding, this conference is very competitive. And with the addition of Savannah State coming in next year, it's going to be extra competitive. So I'm just looking for some hard-fought battles home and away, and looking for my guys to come out and play hard.
As the leader of the team, some of my goals for this upcoming season is I plan on pushing all the guys to bring out their full potential on and off the court, making sure we're taking care of our classes, and also have a winning season.
As a leader of the team for this upcoming season is obviously to win the conference championship. Also just to work hard each and every day on and off the court. Just like Devontae said, and just push each other every single day. Try to lead those guys.
I look to improve from last season is I know that I'm taking a higher role as being a senior, where it's only me and Aaron, and our team is very young, so I plan on pushing everybody, making sure they can handle business on and off the court, and making sure that, everybody gives their all each and every day, in and out.
Things I looked on to prove for this upcoming season versus last season is just to push the guys every single day. I'm transferring from another school, so I know what it takes to win a conference title, so we just got to push each other every single day, and like Devontae said, we got to lead those guys on and off the court. So
extravagant. I say that because we're all different people. We're from different cultures, different places, and when it comes together, you never know what you're going to get. Some days you get a high-spirited, and then some days you get a low-spirited, where it's just like where that come in, and they're also young, so you never know. They're moody at times, but you have to. This is where we come in as leaders and have to uplift them, making sure they feel accompanied, make sure that we have their back.
To describe our team in one word, I would say we are amusing. Just like Devontae said, it's different personalities. All the guys are, a little younger than us, so everybody has different personalities, and we just like he said, you never know what you're going to get with those guys. So yeah, that's what I would describe our team.
Our areas of improvement for this year's team pretty much like it was for last year. We have basically a new team. We don't have two returners from last year's championship team, so it's coming in and getting everybody acclimated to our way of doing things, getting them acclimated to our system, setting expectations, finding out who can do what well, and putting players in the right positions together. The focus is definitely going to be on building the right chemistry and getting them to play at a level that we want to play at, which is high impact, high intensity, and hard for 40 minutes. Well, this year from the Lady Panthers basketball team, we can expect, again, just hard-nosed basketball. That's the only way we know to play. That's what helped us last year be successful, is just playing hard, playing together. Being more disciplined on offense, I think we have a lot more offensive weapons, I believe, than we did last year. So we have a lot of ways that we can do some different things on offense. But our main focus is really going to be on the defensive end. We were able to press teams a lot last year. We were in really great shape, so we were able to outlast a lot of the teams and help us to win some games. So pretty much the same. I mean, just hard-nosed basketball, discipline on offense, discipline on defense, and executing on offense. Well, two biggest role players will obviously be the two young ladies we have sitting here, because they are returning from last year's team, and they went through last year what the rest of the team is going through this year. Just looking to them for leadership. They were part of the rebuilding of this program, so they know what it takes, and now they have a definite sense of pride and sense of urgency. And so who better to help translate that to the other team, the other members of the team, than the two people who were there from last year. Well, the major goals for off the court for our team is to just be more involved in the campus community and also in the city of Atlanta, just doing more community service projects. We want our team to interface with the community and want people to know what we're building, what we're doing, not just as an athletic program or as a team, but as a university as a whole. We're in a really good spot in the city of Atlanta. We're close to a lot of things. This university at ABC is rich in history as well, so we want to take advantage of all the things that we have available to us in the city, and we want to make sure that the community understands what we have here, who our athletes are, and so that we can build relationships with people who may be able to to help our players as they matriculate through college, and also when they get out into the real world and look for jobs and try to build their careers. We want to make sure that they have a lasting relationship goal is to come in and do even better, to raise the expectations just a little bit more, and to not, not to go on a decline. Everything is about progress and moving forward. So we want to build upon the foundation that the team from last year, moving these players through here, they were able to build. I definitely expect that the competition in the conference this year is going to be better. It was competitive last year. I think everyone has gone out and rebuilt and added to their arsenal. So I don't think it's going to be any less competitive than it was last year. I actually believe that it's going to be even more competitive. I mean, that's what you play for. You want, we have a target on our backs. We want the championship. Nobody expected us to do that. And so now everybody's going to be gunning for us, and that's a fun part of playing athletics. You want to be that person that everybody's shooting for, because now it pushes you to another level. It pushes you to have to work more, to be more innovative, and to challenge yourself to go, just to push harder and to work harder.
The guys had a great run last year. Unfortunately, Austin was out with injury 8 games in, and hopefully that him returning back to the lineup, we can jump to the front of the conference and play for a championship. We can expect an exciting brand of basketball. We're trying to score a lot of points. We're going to compete on the defensive end and challenge everything at the rim. My main contributor role players will be Romaine Thomas, Colin Bell from California, and hopefully Ian will be able to contribute at the guard spot this year. Goes off the court is to make sure that these guys graduate in 4 years, if not 5. To be involved in the community, to lead as examples on campus. Some of the goals on the court is for these guys to reach their achievements, whether it's all conference, winning, going undefeated in the conference, winning the conference, and making it to the NCAA tournament. I'm sure everybody's trying to improve, bringing in players. Morehouse lost a kid to the NBA, so I'm sure they're looking to improve off of last year's performance. So hopefully, the conference is competitive, and everyone is improving. I think we've done a good job. Guys coming back from last year, improving on their game. With the additions that we brought in, Romaine Thomas will be able to play this year. So we're going to be pretty strong within the conference.
Goals that I have for the team and individually is just to basically be a sponge, be a leader, the best leader I can be, lead by example to the younger guys so they have something to lead by or just to follow after it's all said and done, after we're gone. Basically, some things I have for the team is basically for us all to be one unit and go out there every night and give it the best we can, and at the end of the year, be satisfied and happy with what we have accomplished, and that's getting to the NCAA tournament, making a deep run, winning the conference, and hopefully bringing back a national championship to Clark Atlanta.
Things I look on improving this year is definitely my defense. I look to be more competitive on the defensive end this year, and also I look to improve my free throw percentage from last year, and another thing I worked on was my shot, so I look to shoot better from the 3 and mid-range this year.
And one word to describe my team this year would be destined. We got a lot of new guys. We have 3 returning seniors, and we're really hungry to get destined to get back to where we were last year in the conference play and the NCAA tournament.
Coming off of our 2017-18 season, the ways that we look to improve It was a tough season for us. We just want to play more of a team game and play more together and shore up some of the things that we didn't shore up last year. I think we didn't quit. We never gave up in games, but we just need to get better defensively, rebounding the ball and take care of the ball. You can expect from the Wildcats exciting basketball, team basketball, just a fun style of basketball to watch and play. My major role players will be, of course, I have my honorable mention, all-conference Alicia Franklin, number 11, coming back this season, which I'm very excited to see what she's going to do this year. And I'm also very excited to see Nola Carter come back. She made a difference in all facets of our game last year, and to just watch them grow and be leaders to the young kids. Our goals for this season is to be a competitive team, to put quality basketball out on the court, and to be examples and role models for young ladies who aspire to play college basketball and just show people what Wildcat basketball is about on and off the court. The competition within the conference is better than it's ever been, I believe, but you never know. You never know. You had a team like Clark Atlanta last year go from the bottom to winning the conference. So anything's a toss up in the SIAC.
As a leader for my team, our main goal is to get to the SIAC championship, but we got to take it one game at a time, one practice at a time.
As a leader of this team, some of the goals I have is, number one, just to have a winning season. I came in as a freshman. We only won 10 games. Last year didn't have a pretty good season, so my main goal this season is to win some games.
I look to improve from last year to this year by being a better leader vocally, on and off the court, and just keep my team focused in practice and outside practice.
From last year, I felt like as an individual, I averaged a lot of turnovers, so I plan to keep that down and just continuing to be myself on the court, talking, rebounding, doing all the things that we need to do.
In one word, I describe my team as optimistic. I feel like we all got the same goal, that's to win the championship.
In one word, I would describe the team as competitive. In practice, we don't like to lose, but we got to show it every day, all day. So once we get our competitiveness to match our hard work, we'll be straight.
Well, going into the past season, I'm not too aware of how the guys played. I think we finished 14 and 20 something. I'm looking forward to the guys just playing a high up-tempo type style of game, having fun, being consistent.
All right.
Each day in practice, we try to teach our guys, one, to run our system, to be consistent, and as I said earlier, just to have fun. Go out and play and believe in each other. Of course, we have this young man right here, Jalen McMillan, and Tyler Edwards, and Dexter. We're counting on our senior crew to kind of hold the team together and play consistently. Goals for on and off the court this season. I would say on the court, just be consistent. To be consistent each and every day in our play. To try to put ourselves in position that at the end of the year, we are in contention to be a champion. Off the court, just to stay out of trouble and graduate. For what I know about the SIAC, we got a lot of great new coaches coming on board. So there's going to be a lot of competition, a lot of new faces, and just a lot of excitement.
Just like Coach Sherry said, I just want everybody to just play hard, play with 100%, the best of their ability, and just try to get some wins.
I want us all to play together because we got a new team and we got a lot of people that never played together. So one of the goals for this year is to gain chemistry and get us all to play together, go out there, play defense, and win ball games.
I just try to improve myself, improve my game down low, try to get more rebounds and try to block more shots. And
the difference between this year and last year, I just want to be, like Coach said, I want to be more consistent. I want to be an impact player for both halves and knock down the shots I take.
I would just say believe, because most of the people are not believing in us, so our team motto is like make them believe. So like we'll just this season we could make them believe.
That's a good one. I would use resilient because, like Dick said, you know, I feel like our team is like an underdog team, and we got more pressure on our backs, and we wanna make people believe. Like Dick said, that's our team motto. We're gonna make everybody believe in us and show the world what we got.
Okay.
We, as a team coming off of last year's team, we look to be a better free throw shooting team. We also look to be a better rebounding team. And we want to execute offensively and defensively much better than what we did last year. It's a different team from last year. You should expect a team that's exciting, that likes up-tempo basketball, and who's going to defend every night. All returning players from last year should be major role players for this team because of the experience, the agony of defeat from the last game that they played here in the playoffs in the NCAA tournament. And I think over the summer, they should remember that and try to get better for this year to go further. On the court goals is to go further in the NCAA tournament. Off the court goals are to be better in our community and serving our community around the Morehouse campus in the city of Atlanta. Having young men go out to the churches and go out to the different types of community service places here in Atlanta. Well, the SIAC last year was just, a great conference last year. And it's going to be very difficult to repeat that conference play from last year. We have a lot of new coaches that are in the conference this year, so it's very difficult for me to say. But I know our conference is going to be competitive night in and night out because our coaches are going to have them prepared to play game in and game out.
As a leader of the team, a few goals for this year would be to out-rebound the opponent every game, play defense with intensity, come out to every game with enthusiasm and ready to win.
How do we look to improve? Some of the things would be not to take the little things for granted, and just to go out every day, every play, and just be hard and just take every play. Don't take any play off.
If I can describe my team in one word, it would be scrappy, because we're gonna have to die for all the loose balls, get every rebound possible, and defensively have to go in every night and play our hardest.
We look to get better defensively. Got to rebound a little bit more, a little bit better, and guard the on-ball guarding got to be a little bit better. We're going to get out and run. We want to push the pace a little bit better than we did last year, and we also want to just slow the other team down. I have Tania Ward, who is a junior guard coming in from Jessup, Georgia. She turned it on a good bit at the end of the season last year. She had a pretty good tournament game. Then I have Keandra Archery from Columbia, South Carolina. She played pretty good last year. She'll be a returning sophomore, one of my starters. And then I got some incoming freshmen that's going to be pretty good. That's going to help us out. On court, we just want to play better defense, rebound the basketball a little bit better. Want to get our win totals up. Also, we want to, off the court, we want to get in the community a little bit more than what we did last year. Do a little bit more community service and give back to the community. I think every team probably gotten a little tougher. Went out and got a little bit more experience. A lot of teams I see went the junior college route or the transfer route to try to get a little bit more experience. And I think we're going to be a whole lot more competitive nationally as well as conference-wise.
Some of the goals I have for the team this season is to be dominant in all aspects and just be a defensive team and win games.
I look to improve from last season by having a better attitude, contributing to some more wins, and playing better defense.
I would describe this team as determined because everybody just wants to get the job done. Like, it's no just it's just everybody just determined to win. Like, we're all on one page this year.
Just look to improve on our win total, offensively and defensively. I'm reminding our guys every day that every possession matters, offensively and defensively, and making sure we get stops defensively and then execute offensively. You can expect execution, grit defensively, and just basically all-around team basketball. Some of the major role players this season will be Fidel Robinson, who's sitting to my left, Johnny Robinson, who's sitting to my right, Cameron Gaines, freshman last year, was actually tops in the country in block shots. Deshaun McNails would be a big role player, and also a transfer from Savannah State, Caleb Pinkett. But we have a lot of talent, and I look forward to the season. On the court, really doubling our win total. Overall, winning double-digit conference games. Off the court, I want to maintain our academic excellence. I believe last year as a team we had a 3.2 GPA, so I'm either trying to keep it there or go higher. And with a lot of returners, we should be able to. We already have Ronzel Evans, which he was the academic athlete of the year, so that's really big. He had a 3.5 GPA. And then I had 8 or 9 guys that had over a 3.0. So, like I said, on the court, just maintaining our academic excellence.
Great.
Competition in our conference has gotten better each year I've been in the conference. I feel like it's going to continue to get better. I mean, last year we had Claflin, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta all ranked in the nation at one point. I know with the departure of Claflin, that was a big loss for our conference, but I feel like our team and some other teams will step up and take Claflin's place and this conference will be very, very, very competitive.
John. As a leader of the team, a few goals that I have is for us, as Coach Stinson said, is to double our win total. I also want us to come together and form more of a brotherhood for the upcoming guys coming behind us.
To improve, coming from last year, being a transfer, it was kind of hard for me to adjust to, my coach's style of play and pain in general. But with this full year, I look to improve all my stats and be a good team player.
Awesome.
If I had to describe our team in one word, I would say determined, because coming from last year, it didn't go as expected, but we've been working hard throughout the off season and over the summer to just improve as a group. So I think our team is very determined.
The expectations that we have set for this year, one is to return to conference championship game, just because history, our first 3 years in, we've made it to the championship game. So the ladies are hungry, and that has been a goal since this summer. So when they started their individual workouts postseason, their focus was to get better so they can get back to the conference tournament championship. So that is the first goal. The second goal is to continue to grow. We have a tough preseason, so that will challenge our ladies and hopefully prepare them for the conference play. So we're excited just to accomplish those 2 goals. Anything after that is a plus for us.
Well, I know for me, I want to get back to the tournament. Not only get back, but I want to win. The return of some last year, we try to instill in the newbies that this is what we aiming for, and this is what we really want, and we got to come together collectively to get the job done. And it's just like a team goal. Everybody want to get there. Everybody want to feel how we felt last year, but in a joyful way, not just losing by 1. in the championship game. Like, we actually want to go and make our presence be felt. I mean, it starts in practice. You know, from the minute we get up at 4:30, at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, we got to come in the gym, put that work in. It got to start in practice. The mindset has to be there. The attitude has to be there. We got to communicate on everything, whether we on the court or off the court. So it's more of a doing it together, and not just me, or it's not just somebody else by themselves. So it's collectively.
Intensity.
I have to use one.
Yes.
Communication.
All right, great. Thanks, ladies.
Well, you know, I was really proud of our team last year, making a strong finish at the end and winning the West Division Championship. I think that we have the pieces to possibly do that again. I know West Division is going to be a lot tougher this year, but I think we have the ability to do it again and try to go back to back. I think that, you know, we had Dwight Richards coming back. He's going to add some extra punch that we were missing last year. So pretty excited about it. I think that we'll make a strong run forward. Well, I think, you know, we had some players who went through the grind last year. We have Tom Johnson here, who's been with me for 4 years, and he's done a great job for us in his 4 years. And you know, coming back and being a veteran here, I think that his leadership and us failing to advance in the conference tournament, that he's learned a lot, and he's really taken over the realm this season to lead us as a 4-year player. And so I think that the veterans, along with getting Dwight Richards back, who has a lot to prove from the previous year where he didn't play, and so you add that in with the Chris Scotts and the Charles Ruiz, that you know, we can make another run for it.
What motivates me is just taking a look now and saying how I was like a freshman coming in, now being a veteran, just why I was wanting to push better. So for that next year, they can go better than what we were, because we want to be better than what we were last year. So, pretty much just a jump shot and everything else, and getting the team involved in the game. I feel like we can really just win a lot of games out to do that.
Well, unlike last year, we didn't have no preseason exhibition games, and we kind of got a slow start. So we want to correct that this year and just kind of really see where our team is, especially our young kids and newcomers like Quentin. So they've really done a great job thus far, and we see that, okay, if they can compete with those type of programs, then once we get the SIAC conference play, that I think we'll be okay. Well, hard work and teamwork, and that's very important for us. And if we can continue to work hard and play as a team, I think that's going to prepare us to have a pretty good season.
And Tom, something that you guys say in the locker room.
What's your name? And when you say that, what's your name? You're saying like who you playing for, who is you, and other things, stuff like that. So, what's your name? Hit them on the chest.
Excellent.
Well, in the offseason, we knew that we had to address the point guard position. That was going to be very vital, critical to our success. Definitely wanted to get a little bit more depth. I didn't want the team to be overly just too many players, so we kind of try to concentrate on, you know, a good number, 12, 13 players, so they can get more reps. We brought back 7, so those 7 were part of that run we had at the end of the year, so they brought back a lot of experience, and I think just them being in their experience, that made them extremely hungry. So hoping that the leadership, they bring that leadership back. A lot of fun. We're gonna get up and down the court. We've, you know, pretty much opened up the offense. So, you know, we want to defend. We want to play a lot faster than what we have in the past. So we, like I said, as far as on the off season, we definitely try to get a little bit more versatile, get a lot of two-way players. So, but definitely a lot of fun. We're gonna get up and down. We're gonna, you know, try to score a lot of points and definitely defend. No, we have a good nucleus. Brooke Wallace, who's a senior this year. Tara Jefferson, who's a returner as well. Winter Webb, Erica Jones, Monty Williams, who's a transfer. Alina Ponder, we call her AP. She's gonna give us some great minutes. Just variety of folks, I think that will contribute to our success this year. You know, we felt like last year we didn't do enough community service, so definitely step that up.
as far as the goals remain the same. You know, we want to win the championship, so we understand our conference is extremely loaded this year, with Spring Hill obviously being a full member, and you know, some of the emergence of some of the other programs. So it's going to be definitely a hard task, but you know, the goal remains the same every year, to be there at the end. Oh my God, as I stated, I mean, Spring Hill being a full member, Tuskegee, I'm hearing they're going to be pretty good. Miles, Lemoyne, you know, definitely got better. So, I mean, just across the board, just the whole division, our division is going to be really solid this year. And then as well as, you know, the other side. So I think this will be one of the better years for the SIAC conference.
As a leader on the team, some of the goals are, well, the main goal is to keep our end goal in mind, which is to win a championship. And in order to do that, we're going to have to execute in practice, do a lot of shots outside of practice, and always be together and have a good bond together. My main goal, in order to improve, is to just have a lot of confidence while I'm out there, finish around the rim, and be a dominant force while I'm playing. One word that I can describe my team is hungry. We have a lot of new girls, and they all come from different schools, and I can say while practicing and playing, everyone is really hungry. We're all determined to get a ring and have a fun season this year.
This preseason, we put a lot of work into our team defense and our individual defense, so I expect to have a big improvement defensively. Well, fans who come to our game can expect to see a very energetic group of guys who leave everything out on the floor. This group brings a lot of energy. They give 100% every time they hit the court. Well, I expect a lot from 4 of our returning seniors in D'Italian Battle from Cincinnati, Austin Sherrill and Kevin Hayes out of Detroit, and David Jokes out of Georgia. They've been through the conference. They know what it takes to win, so I expect for them to lead us to victory. Obviously, we look to win the West Division and look to compete for a SIAC tournament championship. That's the same every year. Off the court, we look to be closer as a team and definitely want to graduate each and every one of these guys. Every night, you have to bring your A game in this conference. So if you're not ready, you can get knocked off by anybody any given night. So every game, we got to give 100% and put ourselves in a position to win.
I would like to personally improve on my defense, just being more consistent on the defensive end. And I feel like I got a lot stronger this offseason, so just playing more physical and aggressive.
I generally want to establish a winning culture here and obviously win the SIAC West Division. I think with many key new players and with summer workouts and a lot of things we implemented in the summer and individually having knowledge, gaining knowledge from different camps and things like that, I think that is the way we improve.
One word will be optimistic because people don't know what to expect from us. We have a lot of new guys, a lot of returning guys that couldn't play in the first half of the season or play during the season at all due to injury, so optimistic.
One word I would believe is family, because from the start we showed selflessness, toughness, accountability, and commitment.
Well, I brought more energy. Young ladies that love the game, excited about playing, so I think it's going to be just a totally different arena. Well, I think it will help with recruiting. So more wins, more players, and just by having a new facility would do that.
To always stay focused and just work hard.
Absolutely, we are family. So I always tell them a family that love each other normally will play hard together. So that's what we're striving for. And I also would tell them that God gives gifts according to His grace and mercy. So whoever worked the hardest, and all 12 of my young ladies work extremely hard off the court and on the court.
Well, hopefully they'll take it back, come back with a sense of hunger. You know, we
the season incomplete in our opinions. We lost to a very good Claflin team, but we were right there. Yeah, we made these right proper plays down the stretch. You know, it's a game of inches. We would have won it, but we didn't. And so with these guys coming back with their senior leadership, hopefully they can instill it to the newer players and even some of the former players coming back, how much work you really have to put in to complete the task. We're getting one in when I speak about new guys that came in the city. So they brought me in to push Ash and Sanders and a couple other returners who are back, because those guys are those type of players. They are capable of starting, they are capable of finishing the ball game. We got Andre Johnson coming in at 6'3 and a half, 6'4 point guard that can really play. Danny Hill, 5'9", 5'10", really tough defender and ball distributor as well, along with some other pieces that we've got coming in. But you know, we got to put it together. Everything's got to come together for this puzzle to fit, and that's where we are right now.
Very important, you know, because I've been here my whole 4 years, so you know, I'm putting everything I got there, leaving it all out there for my last go round.
Sean?
Absolutely. This is what we're here for. You know, we all got this common goal that we all trying to achieve, and it's what's all on our mind. You feel me? We're ready.
Well, and
it's very, very important that everybody come out and support. You know, they're very supportive. You know, now we got the gym. I know they're gonna come out and support. I know it's gonna be a good year. We're going out for sure, for sure.
Right. Well, the number one thing that we focus on in our program in terms of improving our season is our mindset. You know, last year I feel that we fell short, especially in the playoffs, getting kicked out in the first round. I think the number one deterrent or the number one factor of us not fulfilling our goal of winning a conference championship was our overall mindset as a team. And so that's one of the key things that we've been focusing on in our preseason leading up into our first regular season game, is just making sure that we have the right type of mindset going in, making sure that we take the right type of approach, have the right type of attitude from day to day, practice to practice, game to game, just so that we can meet our potential and accomplish some of the goals that we set out to accomplish. This year we're going to be very tough. I think that we'll be more disciplined, more structured. We're definitely going to try to play a little bit more faster and getting out in transition. But our main emphasis this year is what we do on the defensive end. We feel like that we can score the basketball, but on the defensive end, we want to kind of step it up where we can force teams into turnovers, get quick, easy buckets. And so it should be an exciting type of brand of basketball that you will see from us this year. I think a few young ladies on the team I feel that we can go to. Returners, I would say Dana Geddes, LaMontasia Blair. I think that both of those young ladies would be able to help us out tremendously based on their experience that they bring to the table from last year and then what they bring to the table this year. I think that both players are two-way players that can play on the offensive end and the defensive end, and so a lot of our sets and a lot of our schemes and philosophies will be based off of their skill set, and so I'm looking forward to see what they bring for this upcoming year. Then we have some new individuals coming in, some post play, some guards that I think that can add to what we already have in place, and so personnel-wise, I think we've made the right adjustments, like bringing in the right people and having the core group from last year's team returning. We have a variety of goals, to be honest with you. Off the court, you know, one of our main things is our character, making sure that we're conducting ourselves in a good way, making sure that we're on time for class, making sure we're taking care of business in the classroom, on campus, in the community. So off the court, our main focus is making sure that we'll be people of character. On the court, we want to execute. We want to execute on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. We want to play hard. We want to play tough. We want to be a good team. And so those are some of my goals in terms of what I want the team to look like and what I want them to try to accomplish this year. More tangible goals, I would definitely say, of course, it's a SIAC conference championship. But in order for us to get that, you know, we try to go through it baby steps, you know, go through the process and making sure that we're first winning our practices. We're first, you know, winning our individual workouts before we win a basketball game, before we
win a playoff game. And so our goals now is just to win today, and hopefully tomorrow will take care of itself. Well, each year in this league, I think that the competition is always good. You know, it's never a team that stands out. On any given night, anybody can beat anybody. And so I think the difference will be the team that's more determined, that's more hungry, that's more focused. Usually that's the team that ends up winning it all. And so I think this year will probably be a lot like how it was the last few years in our league. It's just on any given night, anybody can beat anybody. And what's going to determine who wins the game and who loses the game is the mindset and the attitude. And so I feel like if my group, if this team can come out, you know, hungrier and want it more, I think that will determine our fate at the end. But I think that's going to be the tell-all of this particular season.
As a leader for this team, some of my goals are for us to be humble, you know what I'm saying, for us to go out there and play hard every game, for us to win practices, you know what I'm saying, win on and off the court, and just go out there and play hard all the time.
As a leader on this team, my goal is to bring energy on the court, be a leader on and off the court, set an example for underclassmen as well as as a team, period, and work hard and play the best each practice.
This season, I want to improve me just being a better leader on and off the court, getting my teammates involved in the game more than I did last year, and just putting my all into it every game and giving my all every game.
My goal to improve on this team is to be like more, not just like a transitional person. Like, I know my team is looking for me to get out all the time, so basically improve on my ball handling as well as my shot to contribute to the team.
If I had to describe my team in one word, I'd say hungry, because last year we came up short, and I feel like we had more. I mean, we could have won it all. We had the right talent. We had the right people. We had the right coaches. You know, so I think we hungrier this year. I think we wanted more. I think we locked in more. So yeah, hungry.
One word. One word to describe the team is being very talented. Each individuals can do many things. You know, guards can do post things. Posts can do some guard things. Very universal.
Coming off the 2017-2018 season, we're looking to improve defensively. We feel like we need to be better on the rebounding and better on just not turning the ball over and taking the ball from other teams. So we're just looking to try to improve defensively. So from the Magicians this year, you can expect a very exciting, fast-paced game. A lot of action on the defensive end, offensive end, with a lot of new faces. And I think it'll be a brand of basketball that everybody will enjoy. The competition this year in the conference, as always, will be very competitive. We have a lot of great coaches that they do an excellent job of recruiting, so I expect the competition level to be very high. We had 3 teams that made it to the NCAA regionals last year, and I would suspect that we would have just as many to make it this year, if not more. Some of our goals on and off the court, we're just looking to be consistent. Consistent in the classroom, consistent on the court. We're looking to work hard. We're looking to have a lot of enthusiasm and love for the game. So we mix all that in, and we believe we'll have the success that we desire in the end. We'll have quite a few key players. The young man to my left and the other young man to my right, Martez Briggs, and
Jerry hurt. We expect these two seniors to play a very pivotal role in our success, along with Toriano Stokes and Jaquan Lawrence. We feel like we've upgraded the point guard position in Andrew Anderson and Tyrone Banks. So got quite a few new pieces that and some new faces that will play a pivotal role in our success.
As a leader on this team, I expect nothing but greatness from us. I'm gonna try to lead by example, show up to practice early, get the extra work in so the younger kids or younger guys can follow behind me.
As a leader on this team, I expect to push everyone, make everyone better on the defensive side and offensive side.
How do I plan to get better from last year? I plan to hustle more, be more vocal, get my team involved in the offense, and keep everybody active on defense.
How I look to improve from last season is to be more vocal on the court, to always lead by example, and just continue to score. If I had to describe the team in one word, I'd say everybody's hungry. Everybody's looking to get better each and every day. And I see everybody's motivated and they got the engine.
If I had to describe our team this year, I'd say we'll have a lot of energy. We'll have a lot of energy this year because we got new people, new faces, and we'll be able to bond and create a connection.
Feel pretty good going into the 18-19 season after a pretty good tournament last year. We lost in the quarterfinals against Clark Atlanta, the eventual winners of the SIAC. I felt pretty good about that game that we played. We led them 3/4 of the game and lost it at the end. So going into this year, we have something that we can build on.
I feel like last year we had all the tools to do well. We just couldn't put it together. And off season, I feel like the main goal this season is to win, so I feel like everybody really wants to win.
Throughout the recruiting process, I was looking for difference makers that will take our team to the next level. We signed 2 transfers this year, Sakina Wynn and Maya Milner. These 2 young ladies going to give us that added punch and size and athletic ability and athleticism that's going to carry us throughout the year. One of our problems last year was transition scoring. We did not score a lot of transition. We didn't have a real solid post-up game. But with the addition of these 2 young ladies, I think we answered the question with both signees.
Our team is very family oriented, and we always have each other's back. The chemistry is great, and the hard work every year just gets better and better. Everybody has the same equal participation in hard work, teamwork, especially outside of basketball. We hold each other accountable.
The total class picture, we signed 2 freshmen, 2 guards, very athletic. One is a great shooter, the other is a great defender, and also is a good shooter. We also added more shooting with Wanika Wynn. She's not the sister Sakina, they just happen to have the same last name, but she's a knockdown 3-point shooter. All 3 of these pieces is going to also add, because we were limited in our shooting last year. A lot of teams played us in zone, but we did not have enough shooters to knock down shots. Defense will overcrowd the 1 or 2 shooters that we had. Now we're in a position where we can put shooters at all over the floor in every position. This year, I'm expecting more out of Jasmine. Last year she came in, she almost averaged a double-double. She was a great 3-point shooter. She also can play on the inside, but one addition we added to her game in the off-season and throughout the preseason is her now being able to put the ball on the floor.
So last year, I strictly focused on shooting. So during the off season, I put it in my mind that a lot of teams won't let me get my shot off, so I have to learn how to drive and be more effective in the post.
Now she's going to put the ball on the floor and attack opposing defenses. If you bring your big person out on her, she's gonna put the ball on the floor and go around you. Taylor Terry is the other senior that's coming back. I think she might have been our second or third leading scorer. Very athletic. We are looking for her to also put the ball on the floor. She can play 3 or 4 positions on the floor, and we want to use her athletic ability as the best as we can. Well, one of the things we're going to do this year, we were pretty decent last year, but I think we're a whole lot better this year because we got more people that can play pretty good individual defense. So collectively, we are able now to play full court man. We can do a lot of trapping. We can do a lot of run and jump. We can just do a whole lot of things this year that we could not do last year.
The guard play, because we have so many guards, we get to run the floor. He wants a more fast-paced offense and defense, so we can press more efficiently, and we can press more within the game instead of, oh, let's get back in 2-3 or, you know, half-court man. We can press and pressure the ball more, and yeah, we're quick on our feet.
And that will help us score a lot in transition. Transition scoring was one of our low points last year, so we can produce and pick up the productivity on that end. It'll make it much easier for us on the offensive end, where we don't have to rely totally on our offensive sets to score points.
To be able to get a ring, cut down a net, celebrate as a team would be awesome. Especially me being a senior, I would love to go out with a bang and enjoy our season at the end.
Well, it was a challenge. You know, I got here kind of late. Had to assemble a staff. We had to change our recruiting process and our recruiting area. You know, but we were fortunate. We got a lot of hotbeds where we can recruit. A lot of people support what I do and what I do for players. So it wasn't that hard once I got settled in. The biggest challenge was just the transition, getting here, and then getting started. But you know, the players gonna follow where I was gonna go. So it was not that challenging once I got here.
Well, it's a fresh start for the school. I'm happy to be a part of it. I think the new changes we made and everything that's going on, I think we're going to be going in the right direction.
Transition's been very fulfilling. The new coaches that came in, they come right off the back teaching, doing everything that they need to do to get us to be perfect for the next level, playing at a higher level this year.
Well, it just started with the coach, Coach Watson. I feel like he's an excellent coach. He's getting us ready. He's showing us discipline. We really didn't have a lot of discipline last year, so he's just getting us together, making us come together as a team, making us, you know, hold each other accountable for mistakes and so forth.
I think we did, the coaching staff and I did a really good job of assembling a great group. Like you said, we inherited 5 guys that I'm really excited about. Those guys are hungry to win. They've been working extremely hard for me, so I'm very appreciative of them. They welcome me with open arms. So I'm working my tail off for those guys. But we also brought in a collection of talent along with me. We brought 3 that I previously coached at my past institution. And you know, like you said, those were high-level guys that we brought along. But there's some guys we want to mention. We got a guy in from Western Carolina and a guy from Wisconsin Green Bay that's going to pay immediate dividends from us. They're veteran guys. They played at the highest level. So we think we got together a collection of returning guys who's very hungry to win, guys who've been in my program for 2 or 3 years, and some guys who played at a high-level environment at a D1 institution. So we feel pretty comfortable. But like I said, it always go back to the process, man. We got to teach them how to work, so we can teach them how to play, so they can enjoy learning how to win. And once we can't skip a step. Progress is a process, and we're just going through it right now.
We brought 5 guys back from last year, and coach also brought, I believe, 3 players with him, and so it makes pretty good. So we'll be all right as far as that. Yeah, with the new coach, there's a lot of new things we're doing. There's a lot of good things that we're doing. We got a good team. We got a great chance this year to win, and hopefully we're gonna get it done this year.
I mean, that's always a challenge for any coach, whether you've been here for 10 years or you just your first year. You just got to get guys to buy in, and it's just good leadership. You know, you got to coach, you got to do things to get guys to understand what you're trying to do, but you got to be demanding. You know, we're very demanding, but not without being demeaning. We just set a precedent, and the standard is the standard. I mean, that's not negotiable. You know, you have to play a certain type of way, and once we set that standard, you know, everybody gonna meet it.
As a player working up under Coach Watson, I feel like he's very detailed. So him being detailed and being on my head about what I need to do as far as my senior year and how to get this team to where we need to be, I'm just here to learn and get everything that he wants me to do and just make sure that we come out on top.
Well, the big men run the floor. They're going to get a lot of touches. And in the offense, the big men are going to get a lot of touches because that's just how the offense is. If you got to play inside out, if they banging in the inside, a lot of outside shots are going to open up, or vice versa. If we hitting a lot of outside shots, they're going to get more paint touches.
There's a lot of different things that, you know, because I don't only base my success on just winning championships, because that's not the only reason I was hired. You know, I also was hired to be a leader of men. And be significant in these guys' lives. So, you know, I want to be successful, but I also want to be significant in these guys' lives. So I want to make sure that all these seniors that I inherited graduates, and I feel successful regardless of our on-court success. You know, but at the end of the day, we also know that I was hired to do a job basketball-wise, and our ultimate success is to win a division championship in our first year. And so that's our goal from day one. We started preseason, just talking about trying to win the division and build from that point on.
It's definitely going to be a change in Miles College if we win that first SIAC championship here. Me being a senior, bringing it in, that's something that we're going to look back. I can tell my kids from here now and then come back to the school looking at it maybe 10 years later and still seeing that banner up here in this gym.
It'll mean a lot. My first year, we finished number 2 in the conference. We still got put out first round. Second year, we was almost dead last, got put out first round. So we win the whole thing with the team we got. It mean a lot.
Well, of course, I think Miles is just the underdog. People don't know how much work we putting in or what we doing each and every day. Like, we practice 3 times a day. I don't think it's a lot of teams out here doing that. And we go hard every practice. And that's just that. And teams should be on the lookout for Miles College, and that's for sure.
To be honest with you, last season we had a dream season, except not being able to play for conference tournament. But to be honest with you, if we repeat what we did last year, I'll be one happy coach. You can expect the Badgers to play hard, to never give up. We're going to experience some growing pains, but if we improve as the year goes along, we hope to be as successful as we were last year. Some of my major role players will be returning MVP, first team all-conference, Tiffany Valentine, all-conference guard, and Elise Riley. And our transfer, Esther Stokely, we expect her to come in and make an immediate impact. We have a lot of young kids that I think can help us if they can continue to learn and grow up pretty fast. Some of our goals is to repeat West Conference champs, to go to the conference tournament and hopefully win the conference tournament and make it to the NCAA tournament. As far as off the court, we want to continue to do as much community service as we can and to have a 3.0 GPA or higher.
In comparison to last year,
I mean, our conference is always competitive. You go out every day like our SIAC states. We all play hard. So I expect the same. And without even looking at any rosters, I feel like that's what we're going to see. And as far as here at Spring Hill College, our focus every day is for our own team to get better. And that's what we're going to do.
Some of the goals that I have for our team this season is to definitely learn and grow, as we do have a young team and we're going to make some mistakes. But I hope as the season goes on, before we get to conference and as we are in conference, we learn from those things so that we're able to repeat what we had last year.
Some goals I have personally are to be the Western Division Conference champs, and then hopefully go to the Conference Tournament Championship and win that too, and then eventually make it to the NCAA tournament.
Some of the ways I had looked to improve from last season is definitely be able to repeat SIAC Player of the Year and first team all conference, and hopefully be able to get my name on the All-American list this year.
Personally, I want to improve defensively and help my team rebound more, and then continue just to score as much as I did last year and even more.
If I had to describe our team in one word, it'd be young. We did lose some seniors last year, 3 key players that meant a lot to our team. But with us being so young, we are able to learn and grow from our mistakes, and then become a better team because of those things.
I think the word that I would use would be inexperienced. Basically what Tiff said, we have a young team, we lost 3 starters, so I think it's going to be really important for us to grow quick in order to win games and make it to the championship.
Well, coming in as a new coach with a new coaching staff, we'll be trying to build on what they had done last year and their successes, implement some new style of play along with some new freshmen. So it's going to be a different look with a different group of guys. From the Badgers this year, you can expect a team that's going to play very hard from start to finish. Well, given that we have a new coaching staff and a new style of play, all of them are going to have to learn a new role. They're going to have to accept their role and try to excel at their role. So in many ways, everybody's got a new role in which they're going to have to learn. Well, our number one goal obviously is for our seniors to graduate and go on to get a good job. That's a primary focus for us. Goals for our team is to improve upon last year's record, particularly on the road. The SIAC has always been a tough conference. You got kids that play really, really hard and play at a high level of speed. We expect that will be the same this year.
Oh, well, started off a little rough, but the girls were very enthusiastic. Feels like they have like a renewed spirit and anxious to get back at it. But we just took steps trying to get better every day. Some days we took a couple steps back, but we came back the next day to go a little harder. So I'm really pleased with the effort that the girls gave this preseason, and we're just looking forward to everything carrying over. That is one word that we have used often in practice: retention. We're just trying to retain everything that's taught, still come in and go hard every day, as if we didn't go as hard the day before. And so it's kind of hard going such a long length of time playing against yourself every day. And so when we did play our scrimmage, I think it was a very good eye-opener for our girls to play against somebody else. We got a chance to see a lot of things that we need to work on, and we came back and it was like, we got to get back to the drawing board and figure some stuff out. We can expect, fast-paced game, getting up and down the floor, and that's one thing that we've been working on. We want to be able to run, get out, and transition against our opponents. They're going to get up and pressure and defend well. So, again, small things we're working on, getting open, being able to be strong with the ball, small stuff like that. But yeah, just an athletic conference that, people are getting up and down the floor, really relying a lot on their athleticism to get them over the top.
Perfect.
Absolutely. A senior, Jade Wilson, she's a returning player. Absolutely looking for her to step up this year and come up big for us. We have a Division II transfer, Alexis Carter. We're looking for her to come in and fill a big role. Point guard, India Blakely, also for her. And then Shyla Jackson, another post player that we have. We're absolutely looking for her to come in and be really big at her position.
Probably just playing together and just always being optimistic and just, having the willpower to want to win and to just, be together. Like playing together as a team will also help us become optimistic. We're very happy and ready for the season to start, and we're really looking forward to dominating in the conference and hopefully coming to win the championship. In one word, I would say we are positive. Coach stresses positive feedback, positive attitudes, and I think as a team, we really start to instill that within ourselves. Individual and for the team, I just want to continue to come to practice and compete so that we will be ready for the first game. You know, we're taking baby steps, like Jay said, getting better at hustling, you know, making our free throws, making our layups, like the little things, making the little things count. Continue to build chemistry. I know we got a couple of new girls this year who will be a great addition to our team, and you just have to build chemistry and also work on little things, making layups, not getting out hustled, and just, you know, playing together and just coming together as one.
I think we'll be better defensively, number one. I think that we have 2 or 3 older guys who are additions to our team. I think that length will be different there, which will help us. I think we'll be a better rebounding team. We played South Alabama the other night. I think it was just a 1-point rebounding differential, which was, you know, sometimes, you know, that could be a misleading stat as well. I mean, there have been games where I've been involved in over the years where we out-rebounded teams, but we lost a game. I've seen teams out-rebound us by 15 or 20, and we win the game by 10. So I think it's what types of rebounds are being gotten and at what time they're being gotten during the course of the game. But I think that'll be one of the differences. I also think that, you know, a guy like Riley Hamilton, who's a junior college player, who showed some really good poise, and he's picking up things, I think, quite well. Being a new guy after 2 weeks of practice, a little bit over 2 weeks of practice. I think having Josh Culver back gives us an inside presence. He missed a whole year last year due to academics, but I think he gives us an inside presence not only on the offensive end but defensively. I think he is a pretty good interior defender. But first goal academically, you know, is just the guys, you know, finishing in the classroom. You know, that's my biggest goal outside, off the floor. Finishing in the classroom, okay? You know, loading the wagon every day, doing what they're supposed to do, you know, on a consistent basis, not just every other day, every 2 days, or maybe every other week, but it's got to be a conscientious effort every single day. On the court, again, I'd like to get back to
one word that's going to affect us during the season is positive. We're going to keep a positive attitude regardless of win or lose. We're going to keep a positive attitude so it won't affect us throughout the course of the season. We've been working on the small things like, you know, a lot of running and stuff, so we need the energy to finish the games, and pretty much the way we play in the first half, we have to continue it in the second half. Individually, I want to bring what I can to the team, scoring and defensive stuff, and doing the small things to lead the team. And then as a team goal, we want to have a winning season and hopefully win a championship.